Gee, which one shall I play today? Can I have that one? What in the world is that?
The Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh boy, looks like you got some competition.
I never thought I would see the day that Nintendo wanted to move on from the Nintendo Switch, but the Nintendo Switch was definitely a good console, so I thought since we're in the final days of the Nintendo Switch now, I would take a look back on what made it so great and where did it all go wrong.
Wait, what?
So let's start all the way to the beginning. It's that time where Nintendo Switch didn't even have a name yet. The Wii U was... But the next Nintendo console had a bunch of rumor and speculation around it on what it would be. Here we are now.
I thought it was a phone!
The Nintendo Switch launched on March 3rd, 2017 with a total of 10 games, and these are nothing short of absolute hits. I got my Nintendo Switch in mid-2018 and this thing was awesome. A home console that you can take on the go, which is the best thing you can think of with it. This thing had so many play styles, playing by yourself, play with others, play on the TV or in the car. This thing was limitless.
But it was also with the added feature of a less powerful console.
And that's the thing with the Nintendo Switch. For them to keep costs down, they had to make this with lower powered chips. It's not all bad. First party Nintendo games look absolutely amazing most of the time. Let's take a look at some of the Nintendo Switch's strong points. The Nintendo Switch has several things about it that makes this the best-selling Nintendo console. The first thing is that I can't see any bad first-party games in sight. Banger after banger. Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. We have some really good games here, and the third-party support was phenomenal on here. And there were even a lot of choices for you to choose from. The Nintendo Switch has 4 main versions: the original launch model, the Nintendo Switch revised model, the Nintendo Switch Lite, and the Nintendo Switch OLED. All generally the same, just with extra or cut features with them. Mine is the original launch model Switch, and it's still pretty good. Looking for the best Switch model? I don't know. I've been rocking the launch model ever since I got it. And the game carts are super small, and don't try it, they don't taste good. It really seems kind of necessary for a console. It really sets things into scope when you compare this to any of the previous handheld cartridges. This is the smallest that Nintendo has ever made. And even when I saw the games that were on here, I was like, I gotta have this. Okay. Yeah, when everyone else was enjoying Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and the portable experience behind it, I was still with the Wii U. It wasn't all too bad. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the first and only Nintendo Switch game that was also released on Wii U, and it was also the last first-party title for Wii U. So it didn't take me long. Nothing wrong about it. I had waited a bit more because I thought the Switch needed time to fix bugs. There were none. I don't really know what I was afraid of. This thing is not breaking, freezing, or anything. I don't know what I was worried about. This thing had a lot of cool stuff going on. It just really depends on what you think about it. It's a cool console for me. But after having this console and seeing what happened, a lot of good games had come out for the system over its lifespan. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, Sonic X Shadow Generations, Katamari Reroll. Super Mario Odyssey was the breath of fresh air after having 2 3D Mario games that played very similar to each other before. Breath of the Wild have revolutionized the way open world games had been done, so much that there are copies now. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think I mentioned that already, didn't I? There are so many games that cover all sorts of genres. You can't possibly tell me there is not a thing on here that someone could enjoy. And the multiplayer aspect of this was more revolutionary than the Nintendo 64. Being able to use the included controllers for multiple different playstyles? What? That's awesome. Everyone I've talked to has owned or at least played a Nintendo Switch before. This thing was easier to spot than a DS. We have our Mario parties, which I highly recommend playing these if you haven't yet. They went back and rebooted the series, so none of this stupid car stuff. Sorry, okay, maybe it's not stupid. Mario Kart 8. Yeah, Mario Kart 8. This is the bread and butter for the Nintendo Switch. Sure, this is just an enhanced port at the end of the day, but it doesn't even feel like that. Bringing all of the Mario Kart 8 experience over from the Wii U while making it so much better. This was mostly the same game other than the battle mode, but in 2023, they added the biggest DLC pack ever in Mario Kart history, making the track list double in size, bringing back classic characters and adding new ones, making this a good spot to say this is the best place to play Mario Kart ever. Ew, who wants to play that one when I can have 3 courses from that game and 50 more? It never feels like it's getting old, even though it's old. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This was a waste. Nothing really here warrants a port to the Switch. The other ones I can see because they offer something to justify, hey, I need both. But this one's just kind of there. There to play if you haven't already played it and also take it on the go, but wow, I can't play the new Donkey Kong game. Oh wait, there's a new one? Wow, this almost feels like deja vu. The Legend of Zelda games are awesome on here. They do not disappoint. Open world masterpieces, so many things to do in there, deep stories, amazing gameplay. I've put hours into these games here, and when I mean hours, I mean hours. And that was just Breath of the Wild. Don't even get me started on Tears of the Kingdom. Imagine bringing one of the most revolutionary games of all time and making it better. Mario and Luigi Brothership was really good. I was super excited to see that they was bringing back this series from the dead. Sure, they have this going in another direction that is still the same as the original style, but in a different way. I can't wait to unlock the Bros move. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the best 2D Mario so far. This thing I've played quite a bit and I love it. Sure, this is a drastic change from what we have before, but hey, it's pretty good. Until it's not. Unreasonable games. Why? And the Nintendo Switch, while it does have its ups, it also has its downs. The Nintendo Switch is quite small. Sure, they were going for a middle ground for everyone to enjoy, but the console does seem a bit awkward at times. Like the placement of the thumbsticks are not good at all when trying to use the bottom area. Thumbsticks do feel weird when clicking them in, and I just avoid playing any shooter games on the go because of those thumbsticks. Now, the Pro Controller is a different story. The best controller any company can make. It has all the features from the Joy-Cons, but the thing that is unescapable in every Nintendo Switch controller is stick drift. I use a third-party one because it hasn't done it here yet. Third-party games, it's a hit or miss. Several games have the same sort of issue no matter what it is, if it's just a simple visual downgrade compared to the higher-end consoles or just completely destroying the game in one way or another. Sonic Colors Ultimate was known for being an absolute buggy mess in the first place, but the Nintendo Switch was the worst out of all the versions.
The Nintendo Switch, while it was a really good console with some downfalls here and there, it was really amazing on what they could put together from whatever the Wii U was. It depends on how you look at it. One way it could just seem like a silly game console, not really important. And the other way you could see it as it made a significant impact where you can't miss it. Like literally everyone has it. Well, how do I see it? Very, very good question. I don't know.